Across Nigeria's 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory, decisions are made every day that shape development, influence opportunities, and affect the daily lives of millions. Yet many of these systems still operate without the data they need. Data should be the engine that guides how we plan, allocate resources, and improve services, revealing where we stand, where we fall behind, and what must be done to move forward. Nigeria's data journey has evolved over decades. The first and second national strategies for the development of statistics, NSDS I and NSDS II, laid the foundation for modernizing the National Statistical System. They helped drive major reforms, transitioning from paper-based data collection to computer-assisted personal interviewing, and introducing computer-assisted telephone interviewing, enabling fast, secure, remote data gathering when it mattered most. These innovations strengthened quality, timeliness, and efficiency across federal and state systems. Building on these milestones, Nigeria now delivers more core statistical releases than at any point in its history. At the center of these outputs, the gross domestic product and inflation reports have become key anchors upon which economic policies are built. These releases have become indispensable for policymakers, but the world of data is changing faster than ever. Big data, artificial intelligence, geospatial systems, cloud architecture, digital identities, private sector datasets, and real-time analytics are transforming how nations understand themselves. To keep pace, Nigeria must continue modernizing, expanding infrastructure, strengthening standards, integrating systems, and building skills that match global realities. The third national strategy for the development of statistics sets a bold direction for this transformation. It acts as Nigeria's blueprint for building a modern, agile, resilient, and responsive statistical system. It aligns data production with national development priorities, strengthens collaboration among federal MDAs, state bureaus of statistics, and partners, and promotes innovation, interoperability, and inclusion.
The third NSDS, which is, as earlier mentioned, the National Strategy for the Development of Statistics III, which is being crafted from 2024 to 2028, will further improve the reform in the National Statistical System and helps better position the stakeholders in terms of producing the statistics that is relevant, timely, quality for governance and decision-making in the country. It has helped to increase the scope of the stakeholders, bringing in both the data producers, the data users, and the data suppliers and the intermediate users, which is the tertiary institutions, and the media community, and also other relevant stakeholders into the National Statistical System. So it's bringing everybody together in the production of reliable and quality statistics that both the government and every stakeholders need in planning and in taking decisions to better the governance of our people.
In 2023, the Deputy Secretary General of the United Nations, Amina J. Mohammed, introduced the Power of Data High Impact Initiative, designed to accelerate global progress on the Sustainable Development Goals through better data and stronger national systems. It rests on a simple truth: we cannot achieve what we cannot measure. Many countries face political, financial, and institutional barriers that limit data production and use. The Power of Data initiative was designed to overcome these barriers.
The Power of Data High Impact Initiative will help strengthen our capacity to collect, analyze, and utilize credible or quality data for SDG-based decision-making. Specifically, it will help us drive evidence-based planning across the economic, social, and environmental dimensions of the SDGs.
At its core are national data partnerships, country-led platforms that unite political and technical leaders behind a shared set of priorities. These partnerships clarify what matters most, bring existing plans together, align stakeholder efforts, mobilize resources, and accelerate coordinated action across sectors, each one shaped by the country's unique priorities, systems, and vision. Nigeria is among the first 15 countries in the world and the first 8 in Africa to adopt the Power of Data initiative. This demonstrates strong national leadership and a clear recognition of the central role that data must play in achieving development and delivering the SDGs.
Government ownership is not just necessary, but it should be treated as a requirement to ensure that data systems are owned and sustainable and being used by the government. I think Nigeria is making great progress on making sure that government is owning data. A concrete example is the Power of Data initiative that we are launching right now. This initiative, led by the government, is an indication on the political willingness of the government to own the data system, as well as the preparedness of the government to use accurate, reliable, and timely data for evidence-based decision-making and policy recommendations.
The power of data in Nigeria is an integrated framework built upon existing national statistical strategies and reforms. It is anchored upon the NSDS, the Inclusive Data Charter, and the National Data Strategy. This integrated approach ensures alignment, policy continuity, and sustainability, strengthening systems today and building resilience for tomorrow.
The NSDS, on one hand, is the framework, but the POD, on the other hand, helps us to accelerate the progress. It's not a standalone thing. We're not trying to reinvent the wheel. We're building on already existing structures.
The power of data is built on 7 pillars that guide how countries strengthen their national data systems. The first pillar is leadership and governance. Strong political commitment drives coordination, accelerates reforms, and ensures that data remains a national priority. The second pillar is data governance and interoperability. It focuses on standards, architecture, and policies that allow systems to speak to one another and ensure that data flows where it is needed. The third pillar is data infrastructure and technology. This pillar supports investments in digital tools, administrative systems, platforms, and the technology required to modernize the entire data ecosystem. The fourth pillar is data production and quality. It strengthens surveys, censuses, administrative systems, and new data sources to ensure reliable, timely, high-quality information for national planning. The fifth pillar is inclusion and data disaggregation. It ensures that data reflects everyone, including women, children, people with disabilities, young people, and vulnerable populations, so that no one is left behind. The sixth pillar is capacity strengthening and innovation. It builds the skills, talent, and capabilities needed to analyze, understand, and use new technologies, including AI. And the seventh pillar is financing and sustainability. It ensures long-term investment in data systems by aligning national resources, partner support, and financial mechanisms behind a unified national vision. Together, these 7 pillars provide the structure for Nigeria's Power of Data roadmap, linking political leadership, national priorities, and coordinated action to deliver lasting change. When countries invest in data, the returns are extraordinary. Evidence shows that every $1 invested in data systems generates an average return of $32 in economic value. The data dividend is real, and it is within reach.
It's important to invest in data for several reasons, but the most important is to drive growth and development.
Nigeria's adoption of the Power of Data framework is a national call to action. It calls on every institution, every state, every ministry, every agency, every development partner, and every citizen to participate. Data is the future, and we must invest deliberately, strategically, and consistently to unlock its full potential.
I would like to call on all our stakeholders, for those that are generating and supplying us with the data, please document your information and your data appropriately. And whenever we have the data, let us share it to those that will put them together in a useful format for the benefit of government and other users of the data. We also employ all our stakeholders to make use of data as evidence whenever they are making or formulating programs and policies in the country. If we invest properly in data production in Nigeria, we invest in the development of our dear country.
Nigeria stands at a defining moment. With the NSDS III and the Power of Data aligned, the country is positioned to modernize its statistical system, deepen evidence-based governance, and build a more inclusive, prosperous, and sustainable future. When data works, development works. And when development works, people thrive. To learn more, visit www.nigerianstat.gov.ng.